Hi there, I'm Katy and this is Ted, and we're going to do some yoga with you today. So you're going to need a teddy and a cushion and a blanket for relaxation at the end. Make sure that you've got bare feet and that you're wearing comfortable clothes. If you need to pause the video to go and get any of those things, do that now. Okay, and let's begin. So let's start by rubbing our hands together until they start to feel nice and warm. That's it. And when your hands start to feel lovely and warm, just place one hand on your heart, one hand on your tummy, close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. And out. Lovely. Let's rub our hands together and this time send some of that lovely warmth and energy to all of our friends. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good, well done. Now it's really important that we warm up our bodies for yoga because we're going to be doing lots of moving, stretching, balancing and breathing. So first of all, let's today warm up our legs by popping them out in front of us and folding gently forward to reach our toes. Just very gently, don't push it, don't stretch so hard that it hurts. Yoga should never ever hurt. So just gently reach towards your toes. Lovely, now we're going to bend one leg and reach towards our toes. Very good, 2 legs, reach towards our toes. And then the other leg and reach towards your toes. Very good. And now we're going to pop the soles of our feet together so that we're sitting in butterfly. And give your butterfly legs a flutter. And let's fold forwards in butterfly. Taking a really deep breath here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely, and let's slowly come up. And we're going to do some butterfly stretches. So stretch one way. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And back. And the other side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And back. Very good. And then both arms above your head. Join your hands together, turn your hands inside out and warm up your wrists. Very good. You can cross your legs again now. And we're going to do some rolls with different parts of our body to make sure that they're nice and warm. Starting with our head. It's really important that you're very gentle with your neck, so just roll slowly and gently. Round one way. And around the other way. Lovely, and we'll do some circles with our shoulders. Making sure that we're nice and warm. And forward circles with our shoulders. Lovely, circle one arm. And the other arm. And let's stretch ourselves a little bit further by going into turtle pose. Can you remember that one? You're going to make your turtle shell with your legs. This is your turtle shell. You're then going to get your flippers and put them through your shell so that they poke out at the sides. Give your flippers a waggle. And let's curl under in turtle. And curl back out. Lovely, stretching forwards, curling into your shell. Imagining your shell is lovely and warm and safe. Then poke your head out again. Well done. Coming back to a cross-leg position. Very good. Now we're going to do a little bit of breathing to get our lungs ready for doing yoga too. So we're going to be sending a message to our body that it's time to take lovely, long, slow, deep breaths into our belly. Okay, so you're going to use your hand for this one. As you trace up your thumb, breathe in. When you get to the top, you pause. And as you trace down, you breathe out. Ready? Breathing in, pause, breathing out. Breathing in, pause, breathing out. Tracing up your fingers, breathing in, pause, breathing out. Breathing in, pause, breathing out. Breathing in, pause, breathing out. Lovely. Now we're going to imagine that these 5 fingers are 5 birthday candles on a birthday cake. And we're going to blow them out one at a time with big breaths. Ready? Breathing in. One's out. Breathing in again. That one's out. 3 more to go. Breathing in. 2 left. Breathing into your belly. Breathing out. And last little birthday candle. Breathing in. Blowing out. Well done, everyone. Give yourselves a clap. Blown out all the birthday candles. Okay, next we're going to warm up our bodies by doing our yoga star shapes. So jump up onto your feet. Stretch your body into a great big wishing star. Really open and wide, stretching and stretching. And then we're going to balance on one foot, coming into a shooting star. Back to wishing star. Shooting star. Wishing star. Bending over now into folding star. Touch your toes. Back to wishing star, stretching up. Back to folding star, touch your toes. Wishing star. Folding star. Wishing star. And now we're going to do a twisty star. So turn the foot out to the side of the mat. Twisty star, look up to the ceiling, twist your body. Very good. Back to wishing star. Let's turn the other foot out now. Twisty star. Very good. Twist your body, look up to the ceiling if you can. And come back. Give your body a shake. Shake your shoulders. Shake your arms, shake your hips, shake one leg, shake the other leg, shake your whole body. Are you feeling nice and warm now? Great. Join your hands above your head and let's go into a crescent moon on one side. Back to the center. Crescent moon on the other side. Back to the center, 2 more. Crescent moon on one side. Back to the center. Crescent moon on the other side. Well done. And you're starting to know that little routine very well now, aren't you? Okay. Before we go on our adventure today, we're going to do a little recap of 2 of the most common yoga poses that we've been learning in this yoga journey. So the first one is downward dog. So can you remember how to do your downward dog? Come onto your mat, plant your great big dog paws down and lift your bottom up to the ceiling, straightening your legs, coming into your downward dog, and you can bend one leg And then the other to ease off the backs of your legs, wagging your doggy tail and coming into your downward dog. Well done. Well remembered, everyone. They look great. Next, we're going to have a little think about our kitty cat pose. And we have a little kitty cat flow we've been doing. So let's have a little go. Planting your kitty cat paws down on the mat. And we're gonna arch our backs like a scaredy cat, sucking your belly button in towards your spine. Looking at your belly button if you can. Lovely. And then can you sink back and stretch out like a sleepy cat in the sun? Very good. And slide forwards like a lazy cat in the sun. Very good. Well done, everyone. Okay, so today we're going on a yoga adventure to Africa. So let's jump into our hot air balloon together. Don't forget your teddy, pop him in your basket, and let's blow up the hot air balloon to get on our way. Breathing in. Very good. One more breath. Nearly there. I think it just needs one more puff. Up we go. Wow, we're flying so high. Over the land, over the sea. And since it's a magical yoga hot air balloon, we're almost in Africa. Can you look down and see the African plains? The sun feels very hot. Let's let our hot air balloon deflate and land in Africa. So we're going to meet some very special animals today. First of all, we're going to meet a very tall animal with a very long neck. And this one is kind of a funny one. It's the only one I could find. It's a giraffe. And I've got the card here to show you. So this is your giraffe pose. I'm going to show you how to do it. So jump up on your feet. And stand with your legs nice and wide apart. And you're going to turn one foot out to the side and bend your knee. Lovely. You can rest your hands on your thigh, but not on your knee, just on your thigh. And reach your giraffe arm over your head, making your giraffe mouth with your fingers. So you can reach, reach, reach and stretch and reach all the tallest leaves. Can you give that a go? Very good. Let's try it on the other side. Can you come up? Let's turn that foot in and the other foot out. Bend your other knee. You can rest your hand or your arm on your thigh, but not on your knee, just to protect your knee. Reach your giraffe arm over your head. Ready to stretch and reach all the tallest leaves. Very good. And come back. Well done, giraffes. Well done. Okay, the next animal we're going to meet is one that you know quite well. It is a lizard. You see the lizard pose there. It's a little bit dark. So to make your lizard pose, you're going to come onto your mat, straighten out your legs, coming into this plank pose, lizard. See if you can stick out your tongue. Very good, well done. Lizard pose. The next pose that we're going to do we haven't done for a little while. Monkey. Can you remember how to be a yoga monkey? You're going to step your legs nice and wide, reaching your arms up to hang from a branch. You make lots of monkey noises. Ooh, 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 ah, 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 ah. Very good, yoga monkeys. Can you give that a go? Well done. Can you also remember how we traveled as monkeys? We were swinging through the trees. We were grabbing one branch and the next, swooping through the trees. Very good. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Well done, monkeys. And we also did a cheeky little monkey hello by looking through our legs and hanging upside down. Hello. Well done, yoga monkeys. Okay, the next animal we're going to meet in Africa, you know this one. It's a lion, you're right. Can you remember how to do your lion breath? Pop your paws on your knees. Take a breath in through your nose. Breathe out with a roar. Sticking your tongue right out and making a very scary lion face. Ready? Breathing in. Roaring out. One more, breathing in. Roaring out. Well done, lions. That's your lion breath. I love to do that one in the mirror in the morning and it always makes me laugh. Maybe you should give that one a go in the mirror. Okay, so next we're going to have a look at our elephant pose. So plant your great big elephant feet nice and wide. Bend your big elephant thighs. Join your hands together to make a trunk and swing your trunk up high. Well done, elephants. Are you squirting water with your trunks? Well done, elephants. Okay, well, since we're in Africa, and this is our last session of our 5 yoga classes together, I thought we would think about the great big African sun. Africa's very hot, but you can appreciate the sun wherever you are. I know I appreciate it in Scotland. So I'm going to teach you what in yoga is called the Sun Salutation. And it's just a thank you to the sun. So I'm going to teach that to you today. So we're going to stand on our mat, just about a foot from the top of the mat. Okay, and we begin by reaching our arms up over our head to say thank you, sun. Reach your arms up over your head, really reach up. You're then going to fold forwards. Hands come down onto the mat to say thank you to the earth. Thank you, earth. You're then going to step back with one foot, almost in lizard pose. Step back with the other foot to come into your African lizard pose. Lower your knees down, chest down, chin down, and come onto the mat. We're going to do another African animal now as part of our sun salutation, and it's the snake. So roll up with a hiss. Snake pose. Roll back down. We're next going to jump back into our downward dog. Jumping back into one you know very well, downward dog. Can you remember all this? We'll go over it again. You're then going to gently walk your feet up towards your hands, back to where you started. Thank you, Earth. And sweep your hands all the way back up, back to where you started. Thank you, Sun. Well done. Do you think you can remember that? Let's try it one more time. Sweeping your arms up above your head. Thank you, Sun. Folding forward. Thank you, Earth. Step back with one foot, then the other foot. African lizard. Stick out your tongue. Lower your knees down, chest down, chin down, and coming up with a hiss into snake. Roll back down. Then push yourself back into your downward dog. Coming into one you know very well. Before gently walking your feet up towards your hands, back to the position. Thank you, Earth. Sweep your hands all the way back up to where you started. Thank you, Sun. And then just bring your hands together at your heart. Well done. That's your Sun Salutation. I love that. It's a beautiful, beautiful yoga sequence. And you can use that in the mornings or anytime you want a really good stretch. Okay. So now we're going to have a little think about all of the beautiful things in the African landscape. So sit down comfortably on your bottom and we're going to learn a little poem. And with it, there are lots of mudras, and mudras are hand yoga. So we're going to begin with our hands in this bird position or butterfly, right on our hearts. And the first lines of the poem are breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. The next line is plant a seed, and you're going to make this little seed shape with your hands and plant it in the earth, just on your lap. Then you're going to make a flower shape with your hands by joining your little fingers, the bottoms of your hands and your thumbs. Flowers bloom. Then you're going to bring your arms together like this, fluttering your fingers to make a river wide. Make your arms into the water of the river. And then you're going to bring your hands above your head, making a triangle shape, mountain high. Bring your hands down onto the ground, earth below. And then bring your arms up as we say, open sky. Palms come together into this prayer position, bring them down to your heart. I am peace. So that's a lot to remember, but I promise you'll get it. Let's do it a couple of times together. And as you do this, breathe nice and deep into your belly and just relax into the rhythm of it. Here's your starting position. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Plant a seed, flowers bloom. River wide, mountain high. Earth below, open sky. I am peace. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Plant a seed, flowers bloom, river wide, mountain high, earth below, open sky. I am peace. Well done. Did you get that? I wonder if you can remember it. Okay. So now I think it's time that we do some teddy yoga so that our teddies get to have some of the fun too. What do you think? So first of all, we're going to put Teddy on the floor today, do something a little bit different. We're going to put Teddy underneath us. As we look underneath us, we arch our back, coming into cat pose, looking at Teddy, saying peekaboo. We're then going to relax our back and look up, coming into cow pose. Looking underneath you, stretching your back into cat, peekaboo. Then relaxing your back, slowly looking up, coming into cow pose. Look at Teddy and look up. Look at Teddy and look up. Look at Teddy and look up. Well done. Now we're going to make a house for Teddy since we're in the perfect position for it. Lift your bottom up to the ceiling, making a house for Teddy. Well done. Here we go. Making a lovely pointy house for Teddy. Lift your bottom really high up to the ceiling to make a lovely house. Very good. And gently come back down. Okay, how about we reach Teddy up over our heads and to one side, then the other side. One side, then the other side. Very good. We'll pass Teddy behind our backs and we'll jump up. Reach Teddy up high and swing him low. Wee. Wee. Very good. And then let's do a great big circle for Teddy like he's on a Ferris wheel. Round one way, round the other way. Pass Teddy round one leg and the other leg. Pass him behind your back and over your head, behind your back and over your head. Well done. So it's time to get our bodies ready for relaxation now. So we're going to do a little stretch for our spine that I think you'll remember. Breathing in first, twisting over your shoulder, looking behind you, over your shoulder. Very good. Twist, twist, twist. Look right behind you. And come back to the middle. Breathe in, lift your arms up. Twist over your shoulder. Lovely, look right behind you. And come back to the middle. Very good. Now we're going to do some rolls on our mat. Rolling back onto your mat. Very good. And stop. Give your wrists and ankles a roll. And ride your imaginary yoga bicycle. Very good. Squeeze yourself really small. And stretch yourself very long. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Last time, squeeze yourself really small. And then open your hips up. Take hold of your big toes. Coming into a happy baby. Don't forget to smile. Well done. And now you can just gently relax. Now it's time for you to get comfy for your relaxation. But first of all, you're going to need a blanket and maybe a cushion to get really comfortable. So if you need to go and get any of those things, you can just pause the video and run and get them now. So you're going to lie down nice and comfortable, just like Teddy is here. Lying down on the mat. You're going to take your blanket and cover yourself up. Lovely. Get out all the wriggles and jiggles. Making sure that you're really comfortable. You can lie in any way that's comfortable. This is your relaxation, so make sure it's right just for you. But when you're ready, close your eyes and maybe rest your hands on your belly so that as you breathe in, your hands lift. As you breathe out, your hands sink back down. Breathing in, your belly and your hands lift. Breathing out, your belly and your hands sink back down. Breathing in, belly and hands lift. Breathing out, belly and hands sink back down. And just let your breathing relax now, let it just come naturally. And we're going to use the power of our imaginations to go on a woodland journey today. So with your eyes closed, using the power of your imagination, I want you to imagine that you are standing on the edge of an enormous, deep woodland. There are huge trees, apple trees and oak trees, sycamore and hawthorn, ash and beech and hazel trees. The trees are huge, and it's clear that they are hundreds of years old. You can see that you are standing on the edge of a very ancient and magical forest. You step towards the forest and you notice a little path through the trees. Start to walk along this little path, one foot in front of the other, hearing the crunch as your feet snap little twigs. Along the sides of the path are wildflowers, blue forget-me-nots, red poppies, little yellow buttercups, tall straggly daisies. You brush the tops of the wildflowers with your fingers as you walk, crunching along the path, stepping into the enormous woodland with all the huge trees around you. The trees create shadows and the woodland is shady, just dappled by sparkling golden sunlight. As you get deeper and deeper into the woodland, into the forest, it gets a little bit shadier and a little bit darker. Suddenly you see that the path splits into two. There is a fork in the path. You look down one path and then the other. Carefully now, choose which path you're going to take. Choose carefully and then begin to walk down that path. Your feet crunch down the path and you start to listen. You can hear birds all around you chirping. You can hear animals rustling in the undergrowth. And you can hear in the distance water flowing, maybe a stream or a river. You keep walking down the path. The sound of water gets louder, and you realize that it must be a powerful waterfall. You begin to walk faster down the path because you can't wait to see the waterfall. And suddenly the path opens up into a great big clearing. There's a big grassy clearing in the forest. And at the end, the river flows by, and water cascades and crashes over an enormous waterfall, surrounded with great big grey rocks. You are excited. You step over to the waterfall. The spray from the powerful waterfall begins to land on your face, and it feels like a cool mist. You reach out your hands and put them underneath the edge of the flow of water. The water is cool and strong. Now, something very special is about to happen. You are about to meet your animal guide. When you turn around, your animal guide is going to be there. It might be a fox or a deer. It might be a rabbit or a heron. Might be a hawk, a mouse, a wolf, or a bear, or something completely different. Get ready to turn around slowly. As you turn around, you see your animal guide standing in the clearing. Visualize, using the power of your imagination, your special animal guide. You look into his or her eyes, and they look back at you with kindness and wisdom. Then your animal guide turns around and slowly begins to walk back into the forest. She stops and looks over her shoulder at you and then continues walking or flying. You know that she wants you to follow her, so you eagerly begin to follow your animal guide into the forest. As the two of you walk through the forest, she takes you to see beautiful things. An enormous oak tree, bigger than anything you've ever seen, with gnarled roots and enormous branches, and a great big hollow in the center for birds to nest in. You keep walking, and she takes you to see a deep, deep blue pool, still and peaceful, covered in lilies and lily pads. You look in and you can see your reflection like a magical mirror. But she keeps going and you keep following. Imagine now walking through the forest together. You begin to feel so calm and so peaceful, just enjoying the company of your animal guide. But then slowly, she begins to walk back in the other direction, and you know that she is leading you back to the path. You keep walking through the trees and the wildflowers, and you see the path in front of you. She stops and bows her head, and you know that it's time to say goodbye, but you don't feel sad, because you know that at any point, if you want to visit your animal guide again in this magical forest, all you have to do is close your eyes and visualize the forest in front of you. Now give your animal guide a hug or a pat, or maybe press your forehead against theirs. Say goodbye, and then turn and walk back along the path. Your feet crunch on the forest floor, And as you peek over your shoulder, you see your animal guide watching, making sure that you're safe as you leave the forest. You reach the edge of the forest and you sit down amongst the wildflowers by one of the trees on the edge of the forest. You start to feel very sleepy and your eyes are heavy. Close your eyes now. Breathe deeply. Now when you're ready, you're going to use the power of your imagination to bring yourself back to your room. So start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Maybe stretch on your mat. Gently take off the blanket and very gently and slowly come back to sit up on your mat. Well done, everyone. How was your guided journey with your animal guide? I'd love to hear which animal appeared to you, so maybe you can write this in the comments below the video. But now it's time to say goodbye. So well done for doing so much yoga today. You've done absolutely wonderfully over the past 5 classes. Let's finish by wrapping ourselves up in an enormous hug to stretch out our backs, and just because it feels good. And then give your teddy a cuddle too. Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your introduction to yoga. You can always watch the videos again if you'd like to practice more. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Bye, everyone.